I've been training for 10 years, and in those 10 years, I haven't skipped the gym once. Yes, that includes my first year of lifting. Yes, that includes COVID. Yes, that includes holidays. I never skip the gym. And so in this video, I'm going to give you 7 things you can do to stay motivated. I should start by saying that once you've been training consistently for 1 to 2 years, it's very hard to fall off because at that point, the gym has become a habit, just like brushing your teeth, just like taking a shower. So you don't really need to worry about motivation or even discipline at that point. So this video is more going to focus on staying motivated in the first 1 or 2 years. The first thing is knowing your why. Knowing why you want to get in shape. Knowing why you want to go to the gym. I initially wanted to work out just to get a six-pack, but there was actually a deeper meaning, as in a deeper reason behind why I wanted that six-pack. I thought getting a six-pack would make me confident. It would stop me from being socially awkward, and yes, I'm going to say it, it would help me with women. Yes, I was 14 at the time, and maybe if I'll start now, my goals would be a bit different, but in times where I didn't want to work out, times where I didn't want to go to the gym, which was happened quite frequently in my first year of training from home, I just think, if I don't do this workout, I'm going to be shy, I'm going to continue to be socially awkward, I'm not going to improve, I'm not going to evolve. And you need to think the same way, as in you need to think, what will happen if you skip your workout? The second thing you can do is surround yourself with better people. And by better people, I mean either those that are ahead of where you want to be or those that are trying just as hard as you to get to where you want to be. In my first year of lifting, yes, I was kind of the only guy really working out, as in not many people wanted to work out. It was a while ago. It was not like now where everyone works out. But I saw people in school who had better genetics than me, had six packs, had muscles naturally without even having to lift a finger. And that kept me motivated because I was thinking, I want to get like them. I want to have six packs. I want to be as confident as these guys. The third thing is setting lots of small, achievable targets. So yes, you're going to have a big goal. Let's say it's to get that six pack. Maybe it's to grow your arms, or maybe it's just to improve your health. But having little small goals along the way can help you stay motivated. So I was working out from home in those first 2 years. Even if I just completed the workout or I ate healthily, that would be a win for me. That would be kind of something I did well, which will help me keep motivated. Because I knew that doing this every day over time will allow me to get to where I want to be. So let's say you've just got into the gym. Instead of crying because you don't have a six pack in 2 weeks, what you can do is track your lifts. And then each time you're able to do 1 more rep on the bench press or an extra squat. Count that as a win. Count that as a sign that you're progressing. And then over time, these small wins will add up. And eventually you'll get to where you want to be. A fourth thing is just having a minimum standard. So yes, there's going to be times when you're busy. There's going to be times where maybe, I don't know, you might have events during a week. You might be very busy with work in a particular week. But having a minimum standard will allow you to keep the habit of working out alive. When I just started, I didn't really have a minimum standard. But now, my minimum standard more comes in the form of diet, as in every day I'm going to make sure I'm eating at least 200 grams of protein, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. Even if I can't make food myself, even if I don't have access to a kitchen, I'm going to hit my 200 grams of protein no matter what. For you, that minimum standard might be a minimum of 3 days in the gym a week. It might be working out for 30 minutes, hitting 150 grams of protein. Number 4 is looking at how far you've come. Obviously, this wouldn't apply at the beginning, but once you're, say, maybe 6, 7 months in, looking how you were when you just started and comparing it to how you are now can definitely help you keep motivated. For example, I went on a cut recently, and there'll be days where I wouldn't be bothered to diet, and I feel hungry. I wouldn't really be bothered to stick to my calorie deficit. I want to say go run to the pizza shop, eat pizza, or maybe get some fried chicken. But instead of doing that, what I'll do is I'll look at pictures of myself, look at how much leaner I've got over the past maybe month or 2 months, and that would help me stick to my diet. It would stop me from grabbing that cookie because I'd think in my head, I don't want to go back to how I was. I wasn't looking terrible before, but I don't want to be at that weight I was before, how I was feeling before. And that helped me stick to my diet. This might come in the form of you taking progress pictures, looking back at your progress over the past few months. And on days when you don't want to go to the gym, look how you were at the start and look how you are now. And think, if I skip this workout, I'm going to go back to how I was in the past. I'm going to be that fat slob I was before. And maybe even hang these pictures on your wall. Maybe on your wall, hang pictures of how you were in the past, how you are now, just so you're always reminded of the progress you've made. A fifth thing you can do, and this is more of a short-term thing, but watching motivational videos. Let's say on a particular day, you don't feel like working out, you just come back from work, you're tired, you just come back from studying, you're tired. What you can do is literally just watch some motivational videos. So you can go on your phone, search up motivational gym videos, just watch them, and that'll help you keep motivated for that next session. I've done this many times myself, especially when I was just getting started, and I definitely think it'll help you if you're new to the gym. Number 6 is actually having a sustainable plan. So have a plan that you can actually stick to, not just a kind of all or nothing plan, which is way too advanced for you, because if, let's say, you can't stick for it for a number of weeks, you're going to lose motivation and then you'll just fall off. I see so many guys doing this, starting off with 5, 6 days a week, and then they end up falling off because that plan is just way too much. And then they get back to even worse than how they were before. What I do is recommend you start off light, maybe on 3 to 4 days a week. And then when it comes to the food, make sure not to be in an aggressive calorie deficit. Stick to maybe 300 to 500 calorie deficit. That way you actually be able to stick to your plan long term, rather than just making very fast progress initially, then burning out, and then going back to how you were in the past. And number 7, and a lot of you probably knew this was coming, but don't actually rely on motivation in the first place. You do need to use some discipline here and there. You can use the diet hacks you want, you can use all the gym shortcuts that you see on the internet. You will still have to use discipline no matter what. There will always be times where you don't feel like working out, you don't feel like dieting, and in those times you kind of just have to be mentally strong and just say, F it, I'm going to do it, I don't care how I'm feeling, and just get on with it. Hopefully, if you follow steps 1 to 6, you won't have to use discipline as much, but in times where you do need discipline, the only thing you can really do is kind of train your discipline. And by training discipline, I mean getting used to using discipline in times where you don't feel like going to the gym, using it as much as you can. And over time, it will become easy to use discipline. So that's it for this video. Feel free to leave a like if you find it useful. And why not subscribe for more fitness content. I've also got a motivational ebook, which I'm going to put on screen. But why not check out? I'm going to put a link to it in the description. And follow me on Instagram. I'm going to put my Instagram on the bottom left, or maybe throughout the whole video. And yeah, that's it for this video.